ago, for those of you watching, we started another live stream, but we had to end it. Hans was trying to call me, and it booted us off. So here we are, back again. I was basically saying the gist of it. I had just got started. That it's been a really long week. I took today off, more or less. Did have to go into the store for a little bit today. And I'm back at the house tomorrow. I'm going to try and get as much out of the way as I can and moved over. I believe Hans was probably calling to find out what time to meet me there. But what I was going to get to and what I want to talk about is the last video you saw, episode 10 at the house. Josh is digging around the basement. He opens up a bag of garbage, and what's in the bag of garbage but a whole bunch of pages of silver coins. Now that doesn't surprise me because there's been stuff hidden all over the place. So I thought, yep, that sounds about right. So when I got home, I looked at the coins and I thought, wow, there's some pretty good ones in here. Like this, $17.99 draped bust American silver dollar. And I thought, wow, here's some really good finds here. Finally, we got a really big hit. This is great. But not so fast. Let me show you. By the way, that's the product. The kids were making that gingerbread house today.
That's my side.
Oh, well, the kids made other sides of it. Okay.
The kids made the roof.
Yeah, the extra icing was the kids. So I took them out of their holders so I can inspect them. Now, if some of these coins were real, we'd be looking at potentially thousands or tens of thousands of dollars per coin. So clearly got a lot excited. Excuse me. And was thinking there must be something good. Oh, thank you so much, Cindy. So I thought, well, what a find. And especially when you get back to the 1700s like this. And look how good it looks. It's silver. It's tarnishing. Woo. It's got nice edges on it. And I thought, well, this looks like a real professional coin. Like, that looks pretty darn good. But here's the thing. I've got a 1925 piece dollar. This is a real one. Next to the replica, $17.99 draped bust Liberty dollar. Now, if this was real, being this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, what is it, 7 stars, 7 and 6, I think. These would be worth quite a bit of money. This could potentially be worth like $40,000 or something like that. Anyway, all of those are fake. Every single last one of them is fake. And this is how I found out. Somebody watching said, I'm not so sure. One of those looks fake. And I thought, well, I better check them over. A few ways to tell if a coin is real or not. The first thing is you look at it. And in this case, it's really hard to tell. The 17 and the 99, see how the font is a little bit off? Like they didn't use the same punch. The numbering looks a little bit off. The details are actually pretty crisp and clear. But the beveling, the edges all look pretty good when we look at that compared to the authentic one. The weight at first glance feels similar and the size is similar. So if you didn't know your coins really well, and at first glance me looking at it, I thought, darn, that looks pretty darn good. Because in America and Canada, North America, I should say, you have to put copy or print when you're making these things. China does not have the same rules. If it's prior to 1947, I believe, which is when the modern Chinese government took power, you don't have to actually put that it's a fake on it, which is a little bit deceptive. I'll say it's a lot deceptive. So then I thought, well, great. I should check this over just to be sure. It looks a little bit off. A real silver coin generally is about 26 or 27 grams. So we'll put the piece dollar on. 26 grams. Now, this isn't a scientific scale, but it does give us a good estimate of what it is. So 26 grams, that is a real silver coin. We put on the 17.99 coin. That should weigh 26 grams as well, correct? No, it does not. 20 grams, so it's light, which means silver is a little bit more dense. It's a little bit more, base metal is a little bit lighter. So let's look. This is a magnet, in case you didn't know. This magnet does not stick to silver. Will not stick to silver, but look, bum, sticks to that one because this is a forgery. This is a silver-plated base metal coin that has been worn to look like it's an actual 17.99 coin in actually half decent condition. So every single one of these is silver-plated and a replica. They sell them, I think, for $6 or $10 a piece in China. That said, somebody spent a lot of money on all those, you know, but I'm not retiring anytime soon. Those were all fake. That's a good one. There's a couple ways to tell. The magnet test, the weight will all give you an answer about whether it's real or not. So I got a bucket of replica money. If that was real, that'd probably be like $100,000 worth of change. Not the case. So there you go. A little insight into coin collecting and how to tell a real silver coin from a fake one. I always get my education watching, you know, doing these videos. You have to investigate things, and I always like to look things up before I sell them. If I was shooting by my hip, somebody said maybe it was a forgery operation. No, I don't think so. No. They did have mills and stuff, but they wouldn't have had the ability to do that. These are commonly made in China. 20 years ago or so, they were more common than they are now, but those something made in China. Yeah. The silver bar was real though, and the other coins that I found were real. In fact, this real peace dollar came from that house. So I did find a number of actual artifacts. Just that last batch, the Barbie was real. At least that was real. So anyway. Didn't cost anything more. I mean, we had to clean up that room anyhow, and we got a lot of good tools out of there.
With everything, I know a lot of people are saying everybody else came out great and we didn't. We're coming out just fine. So everybody in this is getting their own adventures worth of.
We're having fun making the video series.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a whole bunch of cool stuff to sell at auction, and we're still gonna be just fine at the end of the day. Don't worry about me at all. And I mentioned it before that I'm happy for Mark if he makes a bunch of money off the clothing, and I said it before and I'll say it again. If you, thank you very much, Tony. Thanks so much.
How's it going?
He sent us a super chat. That's why I said thank you. Oh, and Tina says Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you for your adventures. My pleasure. If you are a size 0 or an extra small or a small, and if you have size 5.5 or 6 feet, if you love vintage clothing, that's circa 1940 to 1967, then you will be in luck because Mark has a lot of that stuff. But half of that will probably end up going to charity or to the garbage because of its condition. Whatever he does have that he has to save will likely have to be washed. So there are things that
and processed and stored.
And stored.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has I think 2,800 square foot warehouse or so, and he's already filled it up completely.
Yeah.
There were, on that note, somebody said how many fur coats were there. There was over 100 fur coats, I'd say. So a lot. Someone says, what's the difference between Big Drift says, what's the difference between a hippo and a zippo? One's a little lighter. That's funny.
That's funny. You know for sure we're going to use that again.
Well, we just used it now.
Well,
I can't use it again. So we'll try and answer some questions this video as well. We did get... I mean, so far, the piano was probably the biggest thing that we got out of the house. Literally the biggest, but also it does have some value. You know, it needs a really good cleaning. The silver bar, that was a really good find. So we're finding lots of good stuff, you know, and we'll be doing this auction sale. Bob, thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you too, Bob. We'll be doing the auction January 30th and selling off whatever we can. We'll do an update and let you guys know how we did at the end. Steve says your top pockets finds keep me happy between Oak Island episodes. Thanks for the great talk. My pleasure, Steve. I feel almost bad watching watching Oak Island now because on Oak Island they have hour-long episodes and they don't find anything really. Oh, thanks so much, Oregon J. They have a lot of conjecture. Oh, could this rock have been a structure where a blacksmith shop was? I don't know, maybe. I think there's a hidden wall underneath the swamp. Like, all the episodes are like, they don't really lead. They give you little mysteries, but they don't tell you much. And I get the joy of actually finding stuff every single episode on our show, and it's cool stuff, so I'm pretty happy with that. The silver bar is worth about $3,700 Canadian, mainly because it's an English serialized bar. It's an actual good thing. And it weighed a ton. 100 ounces of silver is a heavy little bar. I can't imagine being a pirate and having to carry around trunks of that stuff. So let's see. I'll try and answer some more questions too as they come along. And somebody said, you look knackered. I do look tired because I am. I am worn out.
Well, and allergies. So between allergies and... He actually goes first thing in the morning till last thing at night. And today's Alexander's day off, and he was still out running around and
Yeah, processing
Yeah,
coins, putting them in
processing
holders
stuff.
and stuff, and yeah. Let's see.
Were the fake coins at least silver?
The fake coins are silver plated. They're not real. They're not full silver. They're just plated. I will keep wearing my mask in the house. Absolutely. If you want me to see your comment, I hate to say it, the only way for me to see it when there's as many people on is if there's a super chat. I'll try and scan a couple, maybe if Melissa sees one.
I already got
thank you, MJ
Alexander.
Worth.
I got Alexander a GoPro. He just, what's the story with it? You don't have the story.
I don't know where the mount
Oh,
is for my GoPro.
yeah.
I have to get one, and these adventures keep happening before I can find the mount for my
Yeah.
GoPro. But either way, there didn't seem to be film in the cameras. You're going to find a hidden bunker full of antique guns in the garage. Possibly. You never know. I keep finding parts for guns. I found, I think it was like a gun membership card and a sight and a bunch of other stuff. And I don't know. Eventually, with the bow and arrow sets and that down there, obviously it was a sportsman. So who knows what we'll find. Nothing yet, though.
The sewing stuff is going up for auction.
Sewing stuff is going up for auction.
What
yes,
about
it is.
material?
Material will go up for auction.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put boxes of it
There's
up.
some pretty cool material, like there's some vintage like that stuff in the bedroom. I mean, there was material everywhere, but
Somebody said, why were there unopened tools? I believe that the tools were unopened because they, when you buy like as a kid, you buy like a model kit. Maybe you buy a few too many and you plan on building it someday. I think they planned on a lot more projects than they could get to. Oh, we have a couple of super chats. Carrie MacArthur, thank you. And Cindy Lou Who says, are you learning anything interesting about the yes. Am I learning anything interesting about the owners? Yes, I know quite a bit about the owners, actually. I've chosen not to share the details of the owners just yet. Not until I can tell that story properly, and not until I can tell that story a little bit better. So I think one of our final episodes, I'll reveal, with the blessing of the people that knew her, a little bit more about her story. But we're in the midst of cleaning it out, and this is a gritty process right now. And the videos are all about just getting stuff cleared out, and we'll add that human aspect to it a little bit later on. I think we need an Alex and Gary Drayton episode.
thank you, Murphy.
Bobby Dazzlers, yeah. Did the owner live there up until her death? Yes, she did.
And Carrie.
Thank you so much.
We
got that one.
Somebody
Okay.
said we missed a whole bunch.
No, I think we're caught up.
Yeah, I think so too. I say that, and then people tell me after the fact, and it doesn't even show on the feed, which is really weird.
Was she well known or just your average millionaire? Okay, here's what I will share. The lady that owned that house was very well known in the community and was highly influential with a lot of people. Inspired many people, was a wonderful person. And I would say when you hear those stories about, a little old lady who, catches the bus around and doesn't, seem to have much money, and then you find they've been stashing cash all around their house. That's what this story is. This is one of those stories that, unassuming, very personal and very friendly, very bright personality, and lived a very full and life. What I found with Mary and with the lady who owned this house is that they both lived lives that were fuller than could be contained within the four walls of their house. Their ambitions were greater. Their dreams were bigger than they had room for in their four walls. And so Mary's house was full. She had projects on the go. And for those of you who don't know who Mary is, Mary Borgstrom was the lady whose house we bought previously, the Potter's House series. That was, an adventure as well. But we got to know Mary a little bit more, and I'm hoping that we'll get to know the owner of this house a little bit more. But I'm just waiting until I'll reveal exactly more about her as we progress, because I want to make sure I do it in a respectful manner. We missed a few super chats. Why are you not using hand trucks and other material handling tools? Moving around in the house is still a bit hazardous because there's a lot of stuff everywhere. So the best way to get stuff out is actually just to carry it for the most part. Mm-hmm. The steps are really steep, and a lot of things like hand trucks and that would not go up and down the steps.
Hold on, there are a whole bunch all of a sudden came. Wait, let me make sure. Okay, wait.
We're just going to catch up on the super chats. Vote. Look at all Engelhard for more info on your silver bar. Less than 250 made. Definitely rare and very cool. I wouldn't think they'd make too many. That's an early one too. Merry Christmas and a big kick. Watching Josh get excited over the mill. Yep. Okay. Amateur historian, have you thought about publishing a book each time you do this? There's no money in making books. It's a lot of effort, but I've only made one book. I've only printed one book.
That's how I know.
Yeah, that's how I know that the publisher is the one who wins in the book deals.
Thank you very much, Amanda.
And thank you very much, Creo809.
Your crew is hilarious.
My crew is pretty awesome. Thank you. CC says thanks so much for the videos. My pleasure to put the videos out.
Oh.
Is her family interested in keeping photos, documents, personal items?
Yeah.
There is no family. There is no family left. When you are the only child of only children and you have no nieces, cousins, nephews, nothing like that, there is nobody, sadly. So what we are going to try and do when we get to a later episode is we will try and remember her the best way we can. We'll let you know what her name is, and I'll try and tell her story when the time is right.
There are a lot of pictures, and the nice thing with her pictures is that it's like having her with us, and all of the pictures are so happy, and it makes you feel like, you know, you get to experience this with her. And I don't know, I feel like we've been really lucky to be able to be part of this.
Yes.
Thank you so much for all your videos, Cece. So educational and great to watch while listening all day as a full-time reseller.
Thank you very much. So we're trying to keep up with all the super chats and everything.
It keeps jumping. I don't know
PM,
why.
thank you so much. Found any more vintage crochet patterns in yarn? Yes, there's a whole little corner that's nothing but yarn and patterns. Like lots of patterns and lots of yarn. Almost the whole underside of the steps is yarn and patterns. So we haven't really gotten to that yet. That'll be maybe tomorrow or the next day.
Somebody said you had to catch yourself from saying something bad when you found the silver bar. I've only heard a bad word come out of Alexander's mouth the whole time I've been with him. Very, very few times, and it's always surprising.
I caught myself though.
Oh my goodness.
The shop is
Sarge.
not open right now. We decided to close the store until January 2nd just
Yeah.
because I've got too much going on right now.
And it's
And it's a little bit safer
Yeah.
that way too.
Sergeant Reds. Nice to see you guys.
Are there any tricks like the magnet and weighing trick that works with gold or silver jewelry? With, well, silver, yes. Magnet, just as I showed on the silver coins, so that the magnet doesn't stick, is the same as silver jewelry.
But also base metal doesn't stick though to me.
What you want to do is get a loop, and gold and silver jewelry will all be marked if it's real, either 925 or sterling, or it'll say 18 karat or 10 karat or
You
whatever
need
it
to
is.
watch for GE. GE, when it's gold, means that it's plated. So,
Yeah, that would be plated.
If it's only 8 karat gold or 9 karat gold, it doesn't have a lot of value as gold, but anything above that.
Yeah.
Just look it up. Like when you see a different, say it says 537, or I have no clue. But if you look it up, it'll also say if that means 14 karat, 10 karat.
Yeah, so when it comes to jewelry, you can just look for the stamps on it. It's the easiest way. Get a loop out and search. It's usually somewhere on there. There's going to be a marking either on the clasp or wherever.
Sometimes it's hidden. It's, oh, Stacey
Any
said-
Coleman lanterns in the house? Not that I've seen so far, Bruce.
Thanks for answering my question, even though it was not a
Oh,
super
my
chat.
pleasure, Stacy.
I know, it must be hard.
Hyperfocal says, as an only child of only children at my mom's hoarded house, this series really hits close to home. Well, you know, you can't take it all with you, but I think this lady sure had a heck of a ride while she was here.
I think that's the important message here, is that we don't take it with us. Have fun while we're here. Gail said, could she have a storage unit with newer items? Could be.
I don't know. I did find the safe deposit box keys for the gentleman that owns the property that was willed the property, and I'm sure he's gonna have a real treat going through that stuff. I asked if he'd let me do a video to film it for you guys, but he declined. Probably because it'd be full of really cool things, and I guess you wouldn't want to be like, hey, look, this guy's loaded all of a sudden, and then and then like neighbors or people, it would put him at risk probably. So it's best not to mention that. So
Lisa.
anyway, I thought that would make a really great episode though. Yeah, let's see.
Lisa said, will Melissa make a video of all the jewelry? I'd love to see that. I would have, but as we're finding anything, the costume or anything like that, it's going straight to auction, because then it's in a stored facility that's
Yeah.
safer than, you know, that house, our store, or my house. I just wanted it to be somewhere safe to be sorted there. So
Yep. So we've been sending stuff off to the auction house pretty much all this past week, and we'll do an update video maybe once it gets to the auction.
Good.
Oh, we missed a couple super
no,
chats.
those are ones I'm going back. You were
Oh,
answering
okay,
ones
okay.
that
Um,
I hadn't. Don't worry. It jumps, so all of a sudden it'll jump and there'll be like 5 that I missed.
yes. Let's see. Somebody said, "Tell him you won't mention his name or face." I tried that already too. I thought it would be an amazing thing to, I mean, could you imagine, like, remember when Geraldo Rivera, maybe you aren't old enough to remember, but there was a talk show host, I think he's a reporter now, Geraldo Rivera, and he opened up Al Capone's safe. It was this big deal, and they advertised it all over the place, and it was going to be this huge thing, and it was empty.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. They got this thing, and they cracked it open only to find out they'd been emptied out years before, and they're like, huh, that was disappointing. So he says, take care of yourself. I will try. And Carol Chapman says, thanks for being you. Thank you, Carol.
Oh, you know what? We've been doing this for a while, and I didn't realize when the super chats come up at the very top that I could click on it, and it went straight there rather than scrolling.
Yep.
Sorry, you guys.
So I don't, oh, we just missed a super chat again, too.
No,
did you say HE double hockey sticks? No, I don't think I did.
Did you?
No, I don't think so. I said Geraldo Rivera. Yeah, it was on live TV. So they made a big event, and they were gonna open up this safe, and yeah, now it's basically like that safe opening is known. It's almost as bad as when Fonzie jumped the shark. In fact, on Happy Days, that's an expression in Hollywood, is that if you feel like you've run out of ideas, they say, I feel like you're jumping the shark, which means you're out of ideas. And that references a Happy Days episode where the Fonz, they ran out of ideas, so they had the Fonz jump a shark on his motorcycle, which we've established Henry Winkler didn't even know how to ride a motorcycle, so that would have been pure death even before he'd gone on it. Love the series, can't wait to visit your store, Sean, my Karen Mercantile. Oh, hey, thanks, nice to see you. Haven't had my Carrion Mercantile on in a while. Nice to see you, though.
Unless I didn't see it.
Yeah. It'd be great to have you come by and visit the shop.
Ooh, Heather, you're fast. I like Heather gives people timeouts rather than be like.
Yeah. For all of the, I see a lot. Jeff Duvall is asking. Some other people are asking. They're saying, when is the auction going to be? The auction is going to go up January 30th, and I'm in the midst right now. Tomorrow will be another day just like it, where I'm just taking stuff from the house straight to the auction.
5,200. That explains why.
Yeah, there's almost 5,300 people on the feed right now.
Yard Sales and Dreams. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys all too for joining us tonight.
Oh, Christian asked a question. I love you guys. Super fun content. Thank you. Thanks. Appreciate that.
There's
I'm sorry I'm not super high energy tonight. I feel like a bag of doorknobs has been dropped down a staircase. Like I feel like more. I'm probably gonna have a bath after this. I have been literally working almost 20 hours a day between actually hauling garbage out. I filled the entire dumpster pretty well myself with Josh's help too, the other day, and that was everybody's help. But that last day was a tough one, and being in the basement in those conditions, and I'm allergic to mice and stuff. It gets to me. It's
pretty, yeah.
And I can feel, I'm starting to feel run down.
Silent Decay said, the sentiments of your comments about her and humans are why we truly appreciate you and your circle of family characters just so much. They are characters, aren't they?
Yeah.
And thank you so much.
Now we've got Rock and Roll Paul added to the mix.
That's true. What, is that his nickname? Thank you for
Rock and Roll Paul.
Sharing your experience and passion. AWM.
Oh, you can find the Hans Bob Ross wig shirt. It's on teespring.com under Curiosity Inc.
Is it linked under here? Somewhere? Wordna?
I did not find any live mice yet. They all moved to the one corner we haven't been to yet. They're like, move over here, move over there, and then now we're down to the last pile. They're probably all gonna jump out at once. We'll move a box out of the way and there'll be 1,000 eyeballs staring back to us.
Oh yeah. That's
all silent, like, ooh, and I'll slowly put the cardboard box back where I found it. Walk away, walk away. I'm waiting for that moment to happen.
I'm waiting for that moment to happen too, but not when I'm there.
I would shriek at a pitch so loud it would break crystal glass in the dining room. Bandana Grandma, thank you so much. She said, "We'll forgive you if you take a break." I am going to film tomorrow, and then the next video will be up the day after that, and then probably we'll get back to it maybe Boxing Day or the 27th. Still gonna be a few videos to go because I have to, get the house emptied out. We did essentially a month's worth of work or more in 1 week. We did what would have taken a normal bunch of folks a month or two in, 10 days. And that's why I'm worn out. I'm sure that's why everybody's worn out. And here I'm complaining because I have to sit here and edit a video after working all day. And what does Hans do for fun? On his days off, he goes and he puts flooring in at his friend's place. That he's doing a renovation. And you should all go check out Hans's channel too, Helping Hans. Hans is a genuinely nice person, a wonderful human being, and you deserve to go check out his channel. He has taken a completely trashed trailer in his area, and he's helping to renovate it for a friend of his. Might
and
be
then
cousin or
Zenobia.
something, and Zenobia as well. So they're doing really well.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting. I was watching the state that it was in when they started, and
Oh, thank you, Cheryl, so much. She says, "What is beneath the door in the stairway?" Haven't checked yet. Hi
Connor.
from the East Coast. Hope to visit someday.
we hope to visit the East Coast someday.
Yeah, we want to get back to the East Coast and
know.
visit. We love it out there.
And did I already thank this one? Wait, hold on. Hold on.
We
wait,
got
wait, I
that.
missed that.
We didn't get weird and
It
around.
jumped. Art Sales and Dreams. I don't remember if I said thank you.
We're
but
just
thank
trying
you.
to catch up and say thank you to everybody who
Watching
sent
from
a super
Utah.
chat.
And thank you.
Verna Nitram, thank you so much.
And you saw that
I got
one.
that one. Okay, we're just getting caught up on the super chats, and we'll jump back.
The second. There we go.
Chatting.
Patty.
Explain the importance of Hudson Bay blankets, please. Okay, Hudson Bay blankets are 100% wool. They were one of the first items to be traded with the indigenous peoples here, kind of infamously, because those blankets came carrying some disease, such as smallpox, which was not great for the indigenous population. In fact, it spread quite a bit of disease and issues. But it was meant to be a trade item where you would trade muskets, you would trade blankets, and you would trade those for pelts. And the beaver pelts, which drove the fur trade, were sent back to the United Kingdom, and they were used as popular fashion accessories on top hats. If it wasn't for a beaver pelt top hat, Canada might not even be what it is today. Hudson's Bay Company was founded, I think, in 1642. Somebody can look that up and correct me if I'm wrong, but it was around then, and is one of the oldest Canadas. In fact, I think the oldest ongoing company in North America. When you find a Hudson Bay blanket, they're very high quality. They have a great long history, and when you go to buy them brand new at the Bay, which they still sell them there, 1670, I think somebody said. When you go to buy them brand new at the Bay, they were extremely expensive, $600 to $800 or up depending upon size, and they have different points on them. So they'll be like 2 points is a small one, 3, 3.5, 4. 4 is the big one, like for a queen size bed, which would have been like full size bed.
That's what those stripes mean?
The stripes are for
I
the
mean, the
sizing.
little-
Yep, the stripes are sizing.
This whole time
And
I
they're
didn't
more
know.
expensive based on the size. So if you have a 4-point blanket, that's typically a lot more money. Now, Hudson Bay jackets are also quite valuable. Now I found, I think, 3 or 4 Hudson Bay blankets. Mark found, I think, 5 or 6 or 7 Hudson Bay coats
Good.
worth equally as much. So he's doing well. He should be a happy guy. I'd be happy if I were Mark. If I was in the vintage clothing business and I got this haul, he said he's been doing this for 30 years and it's the most vintage clothes he's ever bought at one time.
Teresa said you should set traps in the evening, and thank you, Teresa.
I don't.
Okay, I'm trying to go slowly so it
Okay.
doesn't jump. Oh, darn it, it jumped.
Okay, Melissa's gonna get us caught up.
Ooh, stop.
Stealth Express van, thank you so much. Luis Enrique Perez. First off, fantastic name, Luis. Is it Luis or Louis? Probably Luis. Luis Enrique Perez. He says he's #1 fan. Thank you. Did we miss any others? Oh, wishing us a Merry Christmas, Amanda Stevenson. Thank you, Amanda. And Crystal
Crystal.
Crespo. Don't show the mice on camera. Is there a limit to how many items you can put on the auction?
He'll be too busy screaming to film that, anyways.
When you're doing an auction sale like that, a full auction sale is roughly 1,000 lots. 800 to 1,000 is a full sale, which would run from say 10 in the morning until about 7 at night. They do about 100 lots an hour typically, with them ending, every number of seconds. I have to basically make sure that we have 800 to 1,000 lots. I don't think that's going to be a problem in this case. Suffraglium, how do I say that?
Well, now it jumped.
Okay, there we go. Hello there, I thoroughly enjoy watching the show. Do you have any merchandise from Cuba or from nurses? Nothing that, well, there might be, I've got a bunch of cigars sitting there, but I think they're Hawaiian cigars, but nothing from Cuba that I can think of, no. Ferris seems to close. I shall give you a small cut of what he makes. I know that he's going to list his stuff at full retail, but as I mentioned before, there's a lot of expense to doing what he's doing, and I am a man of my word.
And we also knew what we were doing.
A deal. Well, I didn't realize how much stuff was going to be in that back room. But that said, I could have taken the time and not rushed it. I decided to find somebody. I accepted his offer, and a deal is a deal. I'm not going to go back and ask for more money. That's just how it works.
But that would be like anybody going back and asking for more money. Like,
Yeah, the fellow that sold me the house. Yeah, what if he
was
when a deal is a deal, it's done. I was happy that I was able to recoup my initial investment, and it's gone. The homeowner doesn't have to deal with it. I don't have to deal with it and warehouse it. I can't tell you, sometimes there's just a lot of value in not having to deal with something. And now that's one big thing I don't have to deal with.
Merry Christmas. Miss seeing Patrick. We miss seeing Patrick too.
Thank you, Chris.
But
Yeah, we
loving
wish
the
Patrick was
uploads.
back here too. We miss him. Patrick, aka Patrick the Ghost, was an ongoing character and brother-in-law for a number of episodes. He moved off to Ontario, and we hope to see him again soon at some point. And a fellow singer. I sometimes open my mouth and try and make music come out, and Patrick sings very well, much better than I. And so it's always nice to see him. Silent Decay says, did the police find thieves or any of the items stolen from the shop? Yeah, we caught one of the thieves and we pressed full charges, and now he has a court date. So criminal record and so forth, because we know who he was. The insurance company will then basically any money that guy ever has coming in is going to have to go to pay back the product that was stolen. Did you happen to find a Singer featherweight sewing machine? No, I have not found a featherweight yet, but I'm just getting to the sewing area, and the whole underside of that table is full of sewing machines. Surprise, surprise. Yeah. And I think there's some good ones there too. It looked like there was an Elna, because they're kind of in a green box. But I'll check and see. We have more episodes to go, and we check out some of these other areas.
What did the owner say about those great floors? Thank you, Elizabeth.
I think the owner said, those floors aren't bad. A good polish and they'll be perfect. He asked me to leave the floor buffer for him, which is fine because he wants to use it to buff the floors. So he's going to wax them and clean them up a little bit. Merry Christmas from Laura. Merry Christmas to you as well. And Mary, did you happen to find... she asked that one. Yeah, that. We got that one.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're caught up with Super Chats now.
Oh, don't jinx it.
Well,
I think I've got it, and then... I really hope that I don't miss your chats. If I do, I apologize. It is jumping all over the place.
6,000 people in our super chat. That's a new record, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yes, in the end, I will do a backstory on the lady in the photos. Yes, I will. So, future episodes, so you know, will include more of the tool room, the sewing area in the basement. The garage still has to be done. We want to make sure that we also can pay homage to the wonderful lady that used to own this property, but we want to do that in due course. So we'll try and do it properly. Susan says, please tell me not all the coins were fake. Yeah, in fact, I have them here. All the coins, not all the coins that we found in the house. There was a lot of good ones that we found, but all the coins, all of these that Josh found in the tool room were fake. And I have a feeling that's why they were in the tool room in a garbage bag. I mean, it wouldn't have surprised me if they were, but they are good fakes. They are like tricky fakes. They're the ones that would really catch you off guard. Like, that's a $16,000 coin if it's real, but it's not.
Can you imagine though?
Like you would have 20 of the same exact, $16,000 coin sitting in this thing. Anyway, yeah. Went on vacation to China and probably bought them for $6 a pop. They're silver-plated base metal. So, that was disappointing.
Can Josh use the coins? Like, to use it as
I'll probably still do something with them. I haven't decided what's going to happen with them just yet. Yeah, no, the people that lived there were not counterfeiters. I think they were world travelers and explorers. And very lovely people. I had a chance to meet the husband and the wife years ago prior to their passing. And I was always taken back by just how well dressed they both were. And I would see the gentleman sometimes at the food court in the mall having a bite to eat. And you don't see many guys wearing a pinstripe suit with a pocket scarf and dressed to the nines in a shopping mall. And I was like, that is one sharp-dressed older dude. And I thought, when I'm like in my 60s or 70s, I think I want to be that guy. And I'll start, wearing the bow ties more often and just getting a little bit more eccentric. Because I was like, that guy's got character. And this was before I even knew that I'd end up in this situation having their property, which is by pure coincidence and happenstance. But this is the way life works sometimes. Funny how things go. Barring food, what's the grossest thing you found so far? Dead mouse, probably. I don't know. It's the usual sort of thing when you have... And I want to stress this. This place, you could tell, started off very well put together. Nice high-end furniture. Nice collections of things. And then things slowly start to get carried away where there's too much. And I think it probably all really started to go awry when her parents and his parents passed on. And then you get your house worth of stuff. And then you get your parents' house full of stuff. So then you have 3 households in one house, which is what happened here. And you are sentimental and you don't want to get rid of things. So before you know it, your house turns into a storage unit and you're living amongst it and it gets away from you.
Thank you very much, Emily. She said, keep it up.
Do I find it strange there was nothing in the attic? Not really. I mean, she was like, 4'7" or something. Like she was short, like maybe 5 feet tall at best. So it's not surprising to me that there wasn't much in the attic because it'd be difficult for a little lady to reach that. That said, I will probably go back up there and check under the insulation to see if maybe something was under there. I was told
that sounds like an itchy day.
It will. Yeah, I'll probably just lift a little bit of the insulation and see because a lot of times people do hide stuff under the insulation. I did not check that when I was up there, so we'll check that.
Lisa said you're always so respectful. Love your treasure hunts.
Thank you, Lisa.
And are the pepper shakers going to auction?
Salt and pepper shakers are going to go to auction as a bundle. All of them one money, one big bucket of them. So let's see.
You saw the attic comment because you're.
Make sure we didn't miss anything else there. Do I think the homeowner got scammed with the fake coins?
I hope.
I hope they didn't.
They were all separated, like
they
away
were
from
in. They weren't in with the other stuff because there was a The gentleman was a coin collector, and we did end up finding a coin collection, of which the 1925 peace dollar was part of. So I knew he collected coins. They also traveled all over the world. So I'm assuming when they went to China one year, they probably came across somebody, maybe at a shop, who was selling all these coins, probably at a very fair price. He probably bought them thinking he struck gold, like I did when I found them, only to find out that they weren't real. So maybe he got frustrated and just threw them in with this scrap metal or whatever. But anyway, I can't tell you. It's all just conjecture right now because I wasn't there.
Laura, thank you. We're not sure where she passed. Patricia, could it be that they lost their place of business and had to then store all their stuff in the house all at once?
No, they didn't own a clothing store or anything like that. Her dad was a tailor, though, a very well-known tailor. And I believe that when the parents passed, all that stuff had to come back. Is Alex sick? Alex is feeling a little funky. I feel run down.
Well, it's after being only in there for 2 or 3 hours when I went, the dust affects you. It for sure does. And I was wearing a mask as well.
Yeah.
And he's in there every day, all day. So, Smith, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you too. Thank you very much.
I'm not sure where she passed exactly. Somebody asked.
That's what I said.
I thought of you when I saw a pack of scissors on Amazon. Made me laugh. Well, yeah, I sure have a lot of scissors at the house now. We got those ones.
No, we didn't.
Yeah. Oh, Samantha, thank you so much. We'll talk to Josh about that. Let's see what other ones. We're just getting caught up on messages here.
Have a coffee on me.
Oh, thank you
so much from Montreal. I'll have a hot chocolate.
No, I'll have a tea. I don't drink coffee ever. I just, and people are like, oh, is it like against your, beliefs or something? No, I just don't like the taste of coffee.
It's against his taste buds, which means more for me.
My body like Melissa hates fish. Mm-hmm. She will not eat fish. She tells people she's allergic to it because she hates it so much.
It's so much easier than explaining to people that you're not going to eat it, regardless how well it's prepared.
I don't like the taste of coffee.
You don't like coffee to the point of comparing it to fish?
I feel like spitting it out when I drink coffee. I don't know.
Josh is on here. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Josh. Fish flavored coffee. There's a new delight right there. So we are, somebody said fish is nasty.
See?
Oh, that's what Josh says too. Wait, Josh is on right now for all those people. So Josh is on and
if you throw
hello.
up a whole bunch of emojis, he's also going to be going live and doing an unboxing. I think a fan gift unboxing in about 15 minutes.
Yeah. Josh, we gave him a bunch of stuff. I can't remember what we gave him. Some supplies and things. Josh always does something cool with his things, so we like to give stuff to him whenever we can. We just had a super chat pop up.
Hold on.
Okay, Melissa's just getting me caught up as well. So let me back at it again tomorrow. The Gibson guitar is likely not going to go to auction. I'm going to probably hang on to that and try and fix it if I can. Tell Paul to come back. He's awesome, says Jennifer. Yeah, I think Paul will be happy to come back. Paul is oftentimes on these chats as well. I think he shows up as Paul Sickleville.
He said, "You're the best, Alex." Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks for the videos. They've been very enjoyable, James.
Yeah, it's and lots of Merry Christmas is coming through. Thank you so much, everybody.
Trying to make sure. New car project.
Adam says Alex is exhausted and succumbing to allergies and sick, so that means a new car project, right? Actually, this will not surprise you all. this is my day. I wake up, I go and I work on the house like all day to the point of exhaustion and sickness. I come back home and then I edit the video. And by that time, it's really late. But somehow in between, I've also been reassembling a Seaberg jukebox in the garage. So at some point, I'll have a Seaberg trash can jukebox reassembly video coming.
And dad and husband and...
Oh, occasionally I'm a dad and a husband too.
Yeah.
Have to work that in. So I actually took the kids to the store today and I let them go shopping for each other there. We let them do a little gift exchange sort of at the shop. They went there. Oh, Paul is single. Okay, here I'm gonna toot Paul's own horn.
Is Paul on here?
I don't know if Paul's on or not, but I'm saying it anyway. Paul, I've known Paul for several years. Paul comes into my shop. He's a motorcycle mechanic. He worked in vintage clothing for a lot of years, but he's a motorcycle mechanic. Rides like an old school 70s kind of motorcycle, like a chopper. And he also sings in bands and rock bands and stuff. So I always call him Rock and Roll Paul because he actually has CDs out and stuff like that, which I can't remember the name of his bands. I'm a bad friend, I guess. But if Paul's on at some point, I'll put it there. Paul was telling me the other day, he's like, Alex, I got nothing better to do. I'm single and it's kind of lonely around the holidays. My mom and dad are gone. I'll come and hang out with you if that's okay. So yes, Paul is single. If you are, if we could hook Hans up with Zenobia, we got to find someone for Paul. Paul is a sweetheart. And trust me, I wouldn't send you a bad egg.
History is
Paul is a nice
super
guy.
nice.
So anyway, I'm probably going to embarrass Paul, but anyway, yeah,
Paul's probably like, what are you doing?
He'd be like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know.
He's pretty easygoing.
He's a very easygoing guy. I said, people want to see you dance, and he just started dancing.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy.
And super personable.
Yeah. So anyway,
Weston said, it sounds like there was no surviving family. How does the Canadian government handle that? Well, in this case, she had a will, and she left her estate to someone. So.
She left her estate to a lifelong friend. The lifelong friend then did not want to deal with the mess in the house. So I think it was a thing.
Chick, thank you so much.
All the ladies who are single around the holidays here are like, tell me more about Paul. What's up with Paul? Oh, Paul, I hope you're on this live feed because then you can deal with this later. Is Paul on right now?
You'd have to put up a bunch of smiley faces. SML.
Monica.
We're really far behind on the.
Oh, okay. We gotta follow up with some of the super chats here.
Are you so knowledgeable on so many collectible antique categories? Is all the on the fly learning you do, or you do use a specific resource or references?
In the grand scheme of things, I'm a generalist. In this business, when you're an antique dealer, unless you're a specialist, like all you do is gold and diamonds, or all you do is vintage clothing, I kind of take care of everything at this store, so I have to know a little bit about everything. And to do that, I learn everywhere I go. From the people that I buy it from, I ask them the history of it, I research it online, or I have reference books at the store. I'm learning all the time. So I definitely don't know everything, but there's lots of resources out there, and now so much online that you can look up too.
How many countries do you think are represented in knickknacks? Philippines, Mexico, Japan, China, Europe?
I believe, so Model Home asked how many countries are represented in that house. I think all of them. I think they went to almost every country around the world. These people traveled well, and they stayed at like the Hyatt Regency in Waikiki and stuff. Like they stayed at 4-star hotels.
There was a mix.
They lived the high life for sure. I can only imagine when they rolled into a hotel, and then they probably got 4-star service as well. Charles says, I'm a Virginian living in Vancouver Island, working at Home Depot. Sorry for Melissa when she lost her dad. I lost my mom in April, no ceremony. Awesome show, love you. Was so sorry for your loss, Charles.
Yeah, it's all really hard, that's for sure.
Are we in the matchmaking business? When are we not? When are we not hoping folks will just find love and be happy?
You totally have to buy a hoarder house at least once a year. I love the videos looking through all the old stuff. Monica.
Oh, speaking of which.
Thank you, Monica. And Rhonda.
And Rhonda, thank you. For those of you that have been with our channel for a bit, I went to, boy, there's a lot of interest in Paul now. This is like turning into the Paul. How tall is he? How old is he? How many tattoos does he have? I don't know. I haven't seen him naked running around. I don't know these. I mean, I imagine, I know he's got tattoos. I know that on his knuckles it says putt, putt, putt because he drives a motorcycle.
Cool. I never noticed that.
Yeah. Anyway, he's got a good sense of humor. Anyway, yes, Paul is a keeper, and if you ever get in touch with him somehow through the channel, I'm sure he'd write you back. Yeah. But if you're some kind of rockabilly chick or you like old stuff
who
or
knows
motorcycles or whatever.
what he
Yeah, I don't
likes.
know. Anyway, enough about trying to hook Paul up. I feel bad. Sarge says, I've learned a lot from people commenting on YouTube vids. Yes, you can learn a lot from... and then Sarge is Paul single? LOL. Hardy har har. Take care of yourself. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can learn about this stuff, but honestly, you just have to have an open mind. And the biggest thing about being in this business is you have to admit that you don't know everything. I have ideas, but there's a lot of times that I make mistakes on videos and people correct me, and I'm thankful to learn.
Yeah.
It's sometimes
7,000 in chat right now.
If it wasn't for somebody watching a video and in passing saying, that $17.99 silver dollar looks a little funny, then I had a second look at it because at first glance it looked real. It felt real. It's silver plated.
Hans is taken by Zenobia.
Yeah, Hans has got Zenobia.
Thank you, Laura.
Yeah.
And Weston again.
The most expensive thing on this video series, Weston, that I missed was the wicker ottoman, which was an Italian design piece worth like $600. The good news is I gave it to Hans and Zenobia, so they have it. So it's with a good home now.
Yeah, good.
So I didn't
well,
really...
that's good. At least it went to like... Sally said we should auction Paul to raise money.
We gotta auction Paul to raise money for himself. Oh wait, that's that's prostitution, I think. I can't. I don't think I can do that. Hey Paul, we're gonna do this thing where we raise money to sell you and all.
Well, people auction off for a date and stuff like for charities and stuff.
That seems like there's some fine lines. I might want to check with the local authorities before we start auctioning Paul off. Yeah. Sorry, Paul.
Evelyn said, outside of YouTube, Alex and Melissa, what are your passions?
We enjoy, of course, our family and children. I'd say we enjoy travel.
Yeah, I like travel. I really like teaching. For sure my passion. I love teaching younger kids.
Surprisingly, I enjoy photography. I haven't done it in a while, but when we first got married, I was out taking pictures all the time, just of, old signs and shadows and interesting objects and things. I don't know.
They said
I haven't done that a bit though.
Pimp Daddy Curiosity.
Yes. Yeah.
There's 7,000 in chat. They came for this one.
Hey, if I knew this was going to be my new career, pimping Paul, I would have kept a couple of those fur coats and hats for myself. I would have been like Kramer when he gets the Technicolor dream coat and the hat floats up and he gets in trouble. Anyway. Yeah, so no. How did we get on this topic? People.
Always, yeah.
It started by an innocent comment saying we should raffle Paul off. Oh, Hans is on. Hi, Hans.
He was on since the beginning.
Oh, well, I see that Hans is on now. Yeah. So sometimes I do post pictures on Instagram as well. If you've not been on our Instagram, it's Curiosity Inc. YEG. And a lot of people say, why does it say YEG? That's our airport code. And it's a colloquial expression for Edmonton. That's what we use to express Edmonton to each other. It's like a local thing.
Yeah. It sounds like not a good thing. Thank you very much, Adam. He said he loves the videos.
I don't know if the Mont Blanc pen was real or not yet. It does have a Mont Blanc refill in it, and it writes really nicely. So even if it's not a real Mont Blanc, it's a beautiful pen. So I don't know. We'll check it out a little bit further.
Hans, a lot of people are saying that you looked good in those wigs.
Yeah, they like Hans in the wigs.
Did you catch the people who broke in? They did.
Yes, Weston, we caught one of the guys that broke in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ended up that a lot of people got broken into that weekend as well. So.
Yeah, we're gonna do our best. 7,000 people on. Boy, I sure hope we can keep you guys entertained with all this.
Dorothy, I'm sure that Josh knows someone who makes or fixes guitars. He went to visit them in one of his vlogs about a year ago. Yeah, the
luthier is what we need.
Does.
Josh does have a friend that fixes guitars. I also know a guy. A while back, I showed a picture of a local fellow named Andy Nickel, who is a luthier and fixes all manner of stringed instrument. Andy could probably fix it, but it'd be quite a challenge to repair the snapped headstock because a lot of tension goes on. You'd have to install like a truss rod into the wood to sturdy it, and then you'd have to glue it and clamp it and sand it and everything. It's probably doable. Probably not super easy though.
Hans, I'm getting super chats for you now. It says, "Love seeing you, Hans. You're awesome." From Carol. Thank you, Carol.
Carol, you're gonna have to check out Hans's channel too. They go on and do stuff. I apologize for the coughing. I
have water for you.
It's I have no fever or anything like that.
No.
I just feel.
Oh, we have a humidifier. I didn't even think I should be putting it on.
Yeah, I actually have bad allergies to mice, so that house is
Knock
kind of
off.
killing me.
That's not
Yeah.
funny. You need to put on a better mask too.
Did you give? Oh, what somebody said? Did you give Paul the beatnik girl? Yeah, I did. He thought it was super cool, and he helped me out for a whole day. So why not give him a little beatnik ball?
Yeah.
Have not emptied the side attic yet. Sheila says my grandparents had an antique shop in Louisiana and owned President Lincoln's Secretary of State's grand piano in their shop. That's cool.
Yeah.
There's there's all these little cool things floating around out there.
Janet Planet.
Thank you, Janet Planet. That's a good
Nitty
name.
pot. Oh, I don't have the nitty pot. I have the other one, the bottle up the nose. Neomed. Same thing. I should so get him to do that. I don't think you've ever done that before, have you? Cleaning out your sinuses thing?
We are going to tomorrow. Hans and Zenobia, I'm hoping, will help out with. I need to move a dresser and a desk from upstairs down. Take that to auction. Take one of the hutches to auction. Get the dining room table disassembled, which I found the leaves in the attic. Get that out. I really just have a lot of work to do moving tomorrow. We had a super chat come through.
It said error. We had sound come through.
Just want to say one more thing. You two are so genuine. Love watching your videos and learning new things about old things. Oh, thanks, Monica.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That's the nice thing is that when I'm just letting the camera roll. Oh, somebody said better get some PPE, Alex.
Better PPE.
Oh, better
Your
PPE.
mask. I agree. You need a better mask.
Yeah. No, if you watch the Potter's House series as well, you probably saw I got really sick doing that. That was more difficult because that house did not have running water. It didn't have any heat. It was a lot worse condition than this place. Oh,
yeah.
Warehouse full of toys I bought, sold a long time ago. A lot of people ask about that.
They might just be catching up on the videos, so now.
Well, that video isn't even up anymore.
Oh.
That video is down. Anyway, long story short, the warehouse stuff is sold and went to help a bunch of people, and really none of that came back to us. So but it did help a lot of people out. So it's all gone now. Let's see. I think we missed a super chat. That one right there. Oh, there's one that just came up. Thank you for everything you do. You guys taught me to be more positive and mindful. Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you, Marcus.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
that.
Merry Christmas to you too.
There we go. Yeah, so it was just that other one.
Marcus.
Okay, yeah. And I think there's one that we just missed too. We're trying to get caught up on super chats. We'll just scroll down. You can just click up there, Mel.
I know, but it's not going in order.
Okay. Okay. There we go.
It's telling me to do that.
Please wear a GoPro. I have mouse dust is toxic, yes.
Depending.
I don't think it's as toxic as rat droppings, but
you
it
can
can be
get
pretty
the
bad.
antivirus from.
Yeah, you can get fairly sick from
deer.
it.
Is it
deer
mice?
mice?
Yeah. Deer mice.
So, we
don't have rats, thank goodness.
No, we don't have rats in Alberta, thankfully.
At least not in the part of Alberta we're in.
It's the one thing, our province where we live, there's no rats in the whole area. They had this really stringent rat program back in the day, and there's no rats here. They had something called Rat Patrol. No rats. Mice, no rats.
Hot toddy.
Hot
I
toddy
thought
would
they
be
said
nice.
hot today, but no.
No.
Hot toddy.
Not feeling that today. Merry Christmas, thank you both. Thank you, Mama D. Appreciate it.
I've seen her on.
Somebody said, is the piano in the auction? No. I have plans for the piano, and it's not really for sale per se. The piano is at my store. It's going to live a little bit of a life at our shop for a bit. I want people who knew this person to be able to come and play it if they ever feel like playing it. So we want to try and pay respect to this lady by making it so the one thing that was very important to her is still accessible to people.
Shaka said the GoPro question strikes again.
Yes.
Wait.
I have a GoPro. I can't find my mount for the GoPro, but the reason why I use a camera, I've mentioned this before, the reason why I carry the camera is because I can pick things up and look at it. And a GoPro, you have to kind of just generally point to where you think it might be.
Yes, yeah.
You can't see where you're filming. I like the flexibility of being my own cameraman. Yes, it's frustrating to see it with one hand, but it'd be more frustrating if I had no idea what I was filming.
What are your plans for the silver bar? You know the price?
The silver bar is worth about $3,700 Canadian. You can either buy it from me or it'll go to auction. But that's what they go for because it's serialized, less than 250 made. It's a rare piece.
What are you still excited about exploring and finding in the house? Thank you, Patty.
I'm still, I think I'm always at the point now I'll be excited just when I'm done. There's a point in any of these sort of adventures where it's just a lot of work. Little explorations and little findings like the coins would have been really good if they were real. But little findings like that make the day kind of go better. But for the most part, it's just a lot of hauling garbage and a lot of work.
You guys and your beautiful kids have become my own family this year. The only people I see regularly. Thank you for your energy and positive vibes.
Well, thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, thank you.
We're happy to have you with us as well.
And wait, Mel Stringer said, "Is Diecast Dave single?"
No, Diecast Dave is not single. He's happily married. In fact, his stepson is the one who did the drafting for our store.
Yeah.
So yeah, we see how connected we are. We're very loyal to the people in our lives, where we have them back to help us, and we try and hire friends and support the people that are important in our lives.
Carol sent us another chat.
Oh, thank you, Carol.
I finally figured out how to change the. That took me forever too. I kept on sending the.
I don't know how to do the FAQ overlay on our live feeds. We'll have to figure out how to do it.
No, not like that.
Just so that people can just see at the top, maybe.
Sometimes also you can.
Thank you for the videos. If you change the air filters in the house, I believe the owner of the property is going to change the air filters. At least I hope they are. Didn't really want to touch it myself because it's not mine. And if I took the filter out and everything went haywire, or like a dead cat rolled out or something, I'd be like, ah! So I'm leaving that for him to deal with. But yeah, I'll be grateful when that's done.
You think there could be a cat in there?
I don't know. You never know. Remember we found the book, Where's the Cat?
Yeah. Yeah, I found that book.
Serendipity by Melanie. Thank you so much. Somebody said, which house is more fun to pick, the Potter's house or this house? Mary's house was different because I really got to know Mary and I got to interview her. And so for me, it was important to find her pottery, her lost art, and we were able to retain her legacy. In this sense, this lady has a legacy and it is an art form, but it's not something tangible that I can find in the house. So Mary's house was more important in the fact that it preserved all of her life's work. In this instance, it's preserving some collectibles and some neat things as a result of lots of shopping. They both have their positives. This is definitely fun because it's more local and I don't have to drive 3 hours and there's no hotels. So it would be very difficult to do a long distance one like I did before. So this is a little bit easier for us.
Especially in the winter.
Maria says, any advice for someone looking to break into antique with not a large pool of money? How do you get leads on large lots from your area? Thank you, MP, very much for the Merry Christmas gift. I'll answer the other question though, and then we'll try and come back. So you'll have to keep me in line. So
I know it just, but at a certain point, I can't go back to the super
okay, Jasmine Beck, thank you so much. If you don't have a whole lot of capital to start out with, garage sales, looking on Kijiji for things that are underpriced, and buying and selling and flipping is a good way to do it. Really, to get the leads like I get, like the big leads, you really do have to have a brick and mortar store, and you have to be known as somebody who's willing to take a risk. Not every store in town would be a place where you could go and they'd come and buy every single thing in your whole house. That takes a special crazy kind of cat, apparently me. If you're not starting out with much money, buy things that you know, and research them well and become a subject matter expert in at least a couple things. My area of expertise lies more in vintage watches and vintage toys. Those are things that I know fairly well and I'm very comfortable buying and selling. I don't even need to look at price guides. I know the prices, I know what's good, I know what to look for. I can authenticate Rolex watches or whatever very easily. So for me, I have good luck finding stuff like that at antique malls and getting good deals on it. And you start with those things and you just kind of buy and sell and buy and sell. And the other tip I have for somebody who's wanting to start off in this business is you cannot get attached to things. You're in the business of selling items. You're not in the business of collecting. And so if you have some little thing that you collect, keep it limited to that. Don't expand, because before you know it, you're going to have everything at your house and you'll be hard pressed to sell your items or you'll want too much for them. You don't run a museum, you run a store.
Supper Jim said, I enjoyed the show where you were digging around the river. It was interesting. I hope you can do it again.
Oh yeah, I went magnet fishing with the river. I didn't find a whole lot, but we did find a few things.
It was fun. Oh shoot, I did.
Where is Mark selling the patterns? I'm selling the patterns. The patterns will be going up for auction in big lots. So look for that coming up January 30th at kauctions.ca. That's where the patterns will be.
Thank you very much, Liz. She said, hello from Alaska. Keep up the adventures.
Thank you from Alaska. The one place that's more north than us.
Vintage glass in China. I used to live in Edmonton, moved to BC, love the vintage too, love your channel. So inspirational for a reseller like me. Keep up the fabulous work.
Well, thanks. We'll certainly keep at it.
Go and.
Yeah. I remember not that long ago where things were really tight for us. And I was bored and I was out at the farm, and Melissa's mom said, I know you're feeling kind of down right now. I bet you could take this $5 and you could turn it into something. And so she gave me $5. Marlene, Melissa's mom, gave me $5. And I went to the local thrift store out in the town where they are. And I looked all around, and there happened to be an accessory set of Volvo headrests for like a Volvo PV544. Really random thing to find in a small town thrift store. They had them priced at $5. Well, I put those headrests on eBay. They sold for $450, and we were able to actually get some money and get back up and running it again. Whenever you feel really low, and I was very grateful to my mother-in-law for that too, because she got me out of a funk. I was thinking, this is awful. Having a hard time making money, and we can't make ends meet, and then you can turn $5 and make a profit on it. But, all it takes is that one find. Who would think that, aftermarket headrests for an old Volvo would be worth so much, but they are. Just certain things have value. You just never know unless you look.
Jackie said, Merry Christmas from Penticton. Will the Indigenous art and jewelry be at the auction?
Yes, it will be.
Do you think these people had other houses and consolidated down to this one? Also, are you keeping the Land Rover or selling it?
Land Rover sold 2 auctions ago at one of the big antique sales we did. And yes, these people did have other properties, but they did consolidate. I don't think that they had all that stuff amongst all the other properties. Who knows? But yes, they did have other houses at one point. Just lost their mom. Danger Noodle lost her 1 week and wanted to say thank you for helping them through their depression. So sorry to hear that. If you're on Danger Noodle, I'm so sorry for your loss. Rummy says, Merry Christmas from Texas and God bless you. Thank you, Alex and Melissa. Thank you so much. You never know. Sometimes thrift stores have good finds. When I first started off buying and selling antiques, I would go to garage sales. I would go to, Value Village or Goodwill or whatever thrift store there was. And I would occasionally find a gem. Didn't happen very often. I oftentimes did much better at garage sales than I would do at going to a thrift store because they actually have people that pick out their good stuff. Goodwill in the United States has professional appraisers, I would say, that pull the stuff out and they put them on their online website to sell at a higher price. Value Village does the same. They're not really charity. They're kind of charities, but a percentage of their stuff goes to charity. But they do pull the good stuff out. So you don't oftentimes find stuff at a good price. I did at a Value Village, though, find a Hot Wheels car worth $1,000. So that was a good find, but that doesn't happen every day.
No.
But occasionally you luck out.
Yeah.
My dad used to say that when he was a kid, other kids would walk around and he'd always be looking down at the ground. And because he'd find all sorts of things, like coins or, silver dollars or toys and things like that. So my dad always kept his eyes open. And I guess I kind of got it in my head that the same kind of thing. You never overlook any opportunity. If you see a heads up penny or a heads up nickel or dime on the ground, you pick it up because that's opportunity waiting for you. And that's the same thing with finding a little treasure in a thrift store. Don't walk past a little treasure because it's a gift waiting for you.
Willow Green.
Grateful for this series and your beautiful family from London, Ontario. Thank you so much, Willow Green. Let's see. I'll see if I can answer some more questions for you guys too. I'll do my very best. Let's see.
We do have a lot of very generous people.
The silver bar was real. Yes.
You guys, we really do appreciate every single one of you that come and be a part of our adventures and come to the live chats and even just say hello. We really do look forward to seeing your comments and spending time with you. So,
yes, and for those of you that are tuning in late, you'll have to watch the first bit of this live feed. I know a lot of people probably won't sit through the whole hour-long version of it, but yes, long story short, the coins that Josh found were fake. Bum, bum, bum. They were magnetic. They were copies, likely purchased on a trip to Asia. Magnetic is not a good sign for solid silver, but boy, are they good fakes. We got seated liberties. We've got, 1700s, like tens of thousands of dollars had they been real.
Where are our kids?
Our kids are watching a show. They're watching a Christmas show.
That's right. I forgot they picked a Christmas show. Ornaments.
We try and read the comments when we can as they're going by. The super chats, we really have an obligation to answer, so that's why we kind of go back and read those. But otherwise, we try. They go by really, really quickly. If you're seeing the super chats going by as quickly as us, it's hard to say. What happened to the gold mine deed? I gave it to the fellow that owns the house. I guess that would have been considered part of our property.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, because we bought the contents, but I gave it to him. I don't, maybe he just won the lottery with that. Who knows?
But who knows? That was just, it was good for us to do that anyways.
Yeah, my back is killing me. Thanks for asking.
Is her lifelong friend renovating the house? Love the content.
No, her lifelong friend has no interest in renovating the house. I think he just wants to move it on as quickly as possible. I have an interest in renovating the house, but I'd have to buy it at a price a little bit less than his asking price. And if that happens, then I would completely renovate that whole property and make it like a showroom home again. But if we can't come to terms on a price for the home, then I think it'll just have to go to whoever the next person is, and hopefully they do a nice job with it and not tear it down.
YouTube Punk said, how much do antique Indian fertility dolls sell for? And Alex, we need more puns.
As somebody who has 3 children, I try to stay away from fertility dolls. We finally figured out what was causing that. But I have no idea. I would have to look up what they would go for. There's many cultures have fertility. In China, they would have fertility coins, or in Japan as well. There would be like a little token with either a little boy or whatever on top. Many cultures had that. And I think you just have to research and see what it is.
Thank you very much, Bernard.
Piper's mom says, I live with the hoarder and I dread the day I have to deal with it. All I can say is that if you are living with somebody who is in a hoarding position, or you know somebody who's in a situation like that, I would encourage them to talk to somebody. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, hoarding is a result of filling a hole somewhere else, whether it's something emotionally or something wrong. They need to talk to somebody. And had someone intervened with this lady, I think she still might be here because she did die of an infection, sadly. But these places can be very unhealthy. And I hope that, objects can bring you joy, and that's fine, but too many objects can really become a challenge. So I wish nothing but health and happiness to anybody out there. But if it's unsafe, I hope that they seek guidance or help for it.
Retro Replay said, hey guys, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. I hope that 2021 brings a ton more adventures. Yeah,
and I'm sorry to Retro Replay. I went and visited his shop last year out in Ontario, and he's just selling online from home, I believe, now. So we wish you success with your business as well.
I hope you have ads on to make sure your videos get at least some ad revenue, even if a certain day isn't a great pick day.
Yes, and we do these videos, and I do work hard at them. Maybe it doesn't, I hope it seems like it because it's true, but I do work hard at these videos to try and make them entertaining or put music in at the right time, or to try and tell the story of what's happening. And this particular story that we're living right now is truly one of those, when you have these hearsay stories of, I heard of a little old lady who hid money all around her house, but you never really got to see it, you just hear about it. We're living that adventure and we're sharing that with you. This is a bona fide real adventure. And the only revenue that the primary revenue that we'll see out of this adventure is probably not going to come from the auction sales or things like that. It's going to be mainly from ad revenue from YouTube. And so for us, even though those ads are annoying, when somebody watches those little commercials or clicks on them, it helps us to keep us going and helps pay for our adventures. So I apologize that there are ads in a sense, but that's how many YouTubers make a go at it. So we appreciate you guys sticking with us and watching those ads. Still going to run for mayor. I don't know. Our current mayor is not running. I don't know when I'd have time to be mayor. It has crossed my mind. It seems like kind of a thankless job, though. I'm having a lot of fun doing what I'm doing right now, and I don't know that would be a fun job. I think Melissa's concern is, well...
That's a tough one because a lot of people get mad about what my concern is.
Well, there's a lot of criticism. Like, if you don't fix a pothole in front of somebody's house, they come knock on your personal door and yell at you or something,
You can look at any politician, and there's half of them love them, half of them hate them. They cannot win. There's going to be always that complete bashing, and they're just so horrible. So I don't want that to happen to Alexander. Lots of toys in the house. Did people have children?
No, they did not have children. But however, they were very nice to kids, and they worked with children in their profession.
All the way from far away Innisfail.
Well, thank you, Rusty.
Thank you
5242.
So much. Appreciate all your hard work. Keep us all entertained. Merry Christmas to you and yours.
Merry Christmas to you as well, Rusty.
My dad used to live in Innisfail for a short time.
Yes, he did. We went and visited him out there.
Yep, it was like the spot where it would catch all the storms. It would be like tornado warning, Innisfil. Why?
Yeah. We got a couple super chats to
Yeah,
catch up.
amazing. Alex, I'd love to see you sing a song, but not today with your allergies.
Yeah.
You, Melissa, and your children enjoy your Christmas. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
You
I'll
as well.
probably there is a YouTube playlist of me singing and playing, and some of it's embarrassing, but some of it is just up there for the sake of it. So maybe I'll add another video to that. I have to post them like a normal video, so occasionally I'll be like doing a video series like this, and then randomly there's something of me singing. People are like, "What's up with that?" Well, that's to go on my singing playlist anyway.
Sergeant Red's Vintage Toys said, as a rookie YouTuber, I'd say I'd rather watch you guys and other content creators than most of what's on TV nowadays. Ads are not too bad. I agree, and I love watching your channel, so
yeah, thank you guys.
That.
And yeah, as you grow in your YouTube channel, the ads are a main part of what keeps you going and able to do these things.
Are the sewing books going as a lot?
Yes, I'm going to try and separate things into lots. So patterns in one lot, sewing books in another.
They didn't go yet. It's not going until the end of January.
January 30th is the sale, Wanda. So all that stuff is not sold yet. It's all going to auction. She was in her 70s when she passed away.
There's a pinball museum in my part of California. I've always wondered if they have anything like that in Edmonton. Thank you very much.
They do pinball tournaments here. They didn't do it this year, but generally they would, people bring their pinball machines, they set them up in a hall, and there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pinball machines, and they have a lot of fun.
And said, I watch through ads on your channel and other videos I like. It's YouTube's version of tipping a server at a restaurant. Some of those ads, though, I remember in the middle of a video once, it was like a 12-minute ad. But thank you so much. We really do appreciate it.
Yes, we did find some stuff from Tiffany's, and we will be doing probably 2 auctions. One auction will be with a lot of the household stuff and some of the collectibles that we found in the house. That's January 30th. I don't know the date of the next sale, but we did find some jewelry and some of the vintage coins, and that will be going through that other sale. So I will let you guys know when that's going to happen, and we are going to get those up and running right away here. But yeah, there'll be coins, jewelry, collectibles, and that will be a second auction happening down the road.
Christmas is just the 25th of December here as well.
Yeah, it's the same day.
Well, you never know since we have a different
I enjoy collecting other people's family photos. What do you usually do with the portraits and photos that you find? In this case, I am not keeping personally, but keeping back some of the pictures so I can tell her story for a future episode that will, go with it. But, that's a tough thing. It's very challenging to be the person who's dealing with someone's estate when it's the end of the line. Because then you're looking at family photos, not that there's anybody to hang on to it for, but you're finding family photos because then they become collectible in a sense, that they're 100-year-old photos that tell a piece of history. So right now we're just kind of keeping them together for the most part and trying to figure out what to do. So we'll probably answer just a couple more questions, and then we'll be off and on our way for the night. So we'll probably take a couple more, and then that'll be it.
I took care of Nate. I took care of Nate for all of you concerned.
Greetings from Brazil. Hello. Seiko UFO, your everyday watch. Yes, it is. It's an old Seiko watch is as good as a Rolex in my mind, and if you know old watches, you'll know I'm telling 100% the truth. 60s and 70s Seiko watches are beautiful watches with high jeweled movements and nicely done. And having owned some old Rolexes, this thing makes me happy. And I'm not as stressed about if it gets banged around when I'm working on a hoarder house.
So I know that Miss Padwina, there are some findings and everything that we found, or broken pieces of jewelry and stuff that we will be putting up as lots of findings and pieces of jewelry and stuff. So
yeah.
You will have that, but that'll be in a future auction, not the.
No, I might put the findings through this one.
Are you?
Yeah, we'll just put the better stuff through the other one.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, my allergies are acting up for sure. I'll probably take an allergy pill tonight. I probably should have taken it before the live feed.
But then you'd be groggy and...
Yeah, well, I thought I'd just look as much like garbage for this live feed as possible.
Well, plus the lighting at the time of day that we're at.
It's not the lighting. I'm just beat. I'm worn out. Number of furs, I don't know. Probably 100 fur coats in there. So guys, I'm going to try and get some rest tonight. I'm going to try and relax. I'm going to be back at the house tomorrow working away. And it is going to be a long day. I'm going to be taking things to the auction. We're going to be trying to sort through more of the basement. and trying to clear out as much of the house as I can over to the auction and getting things set up and organized. So thank you very much for following along. Thank you all very much for the super chats today. Any money that we earn from YouTube revenue or super chats goes towards
There was one more as you
furthering our channel and more videos. Chris Online sent me another one, just asked a question. I'm in the USA. Where would I go to get 2 Rolex watches from the 30s verified and appraised? They're self-winding and working. Well, you could send me pictures if you like, but if you want a full appraisal, generally there's people who do watch appraisals. If you go to a local dealer who deals in Rolex watches, oftentimes they have an appraiser that works with them or for them in some cases that can verify and do an appraisal for you. But they will only give you current replacement value for a similar new watch. They will not give you the appraisal value of that particular watch. It's very easy to find online what that watch should be worth just by looking up the style number and type. An early automatic Rolex is typically like a 3/4 size, or what they call a boy size watch. But some, like a driver's watch, can be worth thousands and thousands of dollars. It's still a good watch either way. Sad I won't be able to afford a lot of the sewing books. I do want the Slovakian one with the shaking cover. Boy, I have no idea if I'll be able to find all the specific things you guys want. I'm putting stuff in boxes and it's going up. Karina says, would like to know if you found, wishing you Merry Christmas. Thank you, Bernard. And with that, I think we're going to call it a night. So thank you all 7,000 of you that were on watching today. Appreciate you sticking with us for so long. And thank you for watching the shows. I'm going to continue to put out this content probably just into the new year. We probably won't have this series wrapped up until just before our auction sale, which is going to be the end of January. So stay tuned for that. We'll do a recap after the auction, let you know how we did in terms of overall money in and money out, so you guys can see how this adventure panned out. And hope you guys have wonderful holidays and stay with us because there's more adventures to come. We'll see you guys soon, and bye for now.
Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, so you can follow along with our adventures.
What she said.
And don't forget, you guys, thumbs up if you like our content, and even if you don't.
One thumbs up?
Oh, well.
Do the Polly and just put lots of thumbs up at the same time.
Anyway. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.